The government of Guyana has now recalled its high commissioner in India amidst a sexual harassment scandal. Now, the move came one day after a video surfaced on social media of that high officer verbally abusing a female Indian professor outside of his official residence in India. The video, Persuade, is heard hurling obscene abuse against the woman. The incident occurred last year, but only came to light when video was released. In an announcement on Wednesday, Guyana's president, Irfan Ali, said he had a chance to review the video recording of the incident overnight and immediately contacted the person. The president said that while Persuade was cleared by the Indian authorities, his conduct was not in keeping with what is expected of Guyanese diplomats.
I explained to Mr. Chandas that representatives of our country must, on all occasions, on every occasion, conduct themselves in the highest order and regard. Mr. Chandas then communicated to me that this matter was dealt with by the relevant agencies and authorities in India and that there was no evidence of any misconduct, and for a matter of fact, he was cleared of any accusation of sexual harassment. He also shared with me a letter that substantiated this statement. Notwithstanding all of this, Mr. Chandas agreed with me that in keeping with the best interests of Guyana and the image of Guyana, that he would return home from his posting.
Now, Prasad was appointed High Commissioner to India by the current government in 2021. He was a member of parliament for the David Granger government when he voted against the government in a no-confidence motion back in 2018. Now, that led to multiple court hearings and eventual elections that saw the ouster of the APNU and AFC from government. Well, meantime, the impact of Hurricane Fiona is still being felt across Puerto Rico. And now there are groups rallying together to help restore what was lost. This group specifically helping school-aged children. Our Marisol Rivera reports.
The Pacifico Foundation was recently launched, but after the passing of Hurricane Fiona, it has launched a special campaign. Every kid and youth needs us. We speak with Brian Diaz, founder of the foundation.
So our main focus is helping young people. Several weeks back, Hurricane Fiona comes in, right? And there's a lot of big families that lost everything, from their, color articles, from uniforms and everything else. So since our main focus is not only to help young entrepreneurs, but to help the youth and our kids, we launched this initiative. It's called Our Kid Need Us. So we're currently, asking, great people and great souls to, ask us just small donation to, help us to fund those processes and try to, give those families those articles that lost after Hurricane Fiona. So right now with this initiative, we're trying to impact 5 municipalities across the island, including Loíza and Guanica and Tobaja and 2 more. Right now we're currently asking for this specific project around $15,000 to help us fund buying the uniforms and the school articles for those families. Every good soul that would like to help us in this process could find us in our website, thepacificofoundation.com, and then in our social media as well, the Pacifico Foundation, or directly through PayPal. So it's at paypal.me/Pacifico Foundation.
From San Juan, Puerto Rico, this is Marisa Rivera for One Caribbean News.
All right, thanks so much for that report, Marisol. Meantime, more cruise lines are dropping their COVID-19 rules. On Carnival cruises, you won't need proof of vaccination or testing as long as your trip is 15 nights or less. The move comes about a month after Carnival began relaxing COVID requirements. The cruise line, however, still encourages travelers to test for COVID 3 days before their trip. Princess Cruises made a similar change last week, lifting its remaining vaccine and testing requirements for a number of its voyages. Well, meantime, a new international survey shows most people in 7 countries, including the United States, say they feel socially connected as COVID precautions are starting to ease like they are on cruise ships. Well, Mandy Gaither has more on the findings and why social connections are so important to our health.
At the height of the pandemic, with businesses shut down and people shut in, staying connected to others may not have been easy.
Human connection, it's wired into our DNA.
But a new survey by Gallup and Facebook's parent company Meta, conducted in 7 countries between April and June, shows most people feel a sense of social connection as the world eases COVID-19 precautions. In the U.S., 75% who took part said they feel very or fairly emotionally connected to others.
There's a need for us to be connected, but it does look like the pandemic did not disrupt that we are able to adapt as a species and continue that important connection.
However, at least a third of those who took part in each country said they needed support or help from someone often or sometimes in the previous month. In the U.S., 71% of those surveyed said they'd interacted in person at least once a day over the previous week, while 68% connected via text and 59% interacted over the phone.
Those who were over 65 and had a bigger social group or a bigger friend group, that tended to be associated with feeling less lonely.
As did being married and being financially stable. People who reported living comfortably felt that they had more social support than those who were finding it difficult on their current income.
And at least a third of people in each country, except India, said that they interacted with others on social media on a daily basis, but they were also likely to use other methods, suggesting that technology-based connections help but does not replace other types of interaction, all according to that survey. Well, meantime, the new Powerball Jackpot is now estimated to be $800 million. That increase comes after 36 drawings in a row with no grand prize winner. That next drawing is scheduled for this Saturday, and it's considered to be the second largest Powerball jackpot in history. And if someone wins Saturday's jackpot, it will be the 6th time the Powerball jackpot has been hit this year. Tickets are $2 each and are being sold in 45 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands.